Hello dear students. Hope you are absolutely fine by the mercy of Almighty Allah. This is your English teacher, Sheikh Nurul Islam, welcoming all of you on behalf of Abdulabad High School. Today I have brought a new class for the students of 9 and 10 from your textbook. Dear students, we would like to go to the text. Before that, for learning this lesson, I will ask you a question showing a picture. You have to say, you have to understand, you have to realize which text we are going to learn today. Okay, dear students, are you ready to answer my question? Okay. Okay, dear students, this is your textbook in my hand, and perhaps you are seeing a picture. You are seeing a picture of a noble lady. Can you guess which text we are going to learn? Yes, dear students, this is Priti Lata. Priti Lata Wadedar. Today we will learn about her. Okay, before learning this text, let's see the learning outcome of this lesson. Learning outcome. Dear student, learning outcomes, what we will learn after finishing this lesson is called learning outcome. After finishing this lesson, we will be able to learn, number 1, about the biography of Priti Lata. Priti Lata. We will be able to learn about the biography of Priti Lata. Number 2, we will be able to learn the dreams of her. Dear students, we will learn the dream of Priti Lata from this text. After that, why the reason to learn the cause of her suicide. Dear students, I have written shortly 3 points that we will learn after completing this lesson. Dear students, we have learned our learning outcome. Now we will go to the text. Hope you have kept your books and you are ready. Let's start reading. Okay, first line. Priti Lata Wadedar was born in Chattogram on May 5, 1911. Priti Lata Wadedar was born. That means Priti Lata Wadedar had birth in the region of Chattogram on May 5, 1911. Is this clear, students? Okay, fine. She was a meritorious student at Dr. Khastogir Government Girls School in Chattogram and Eden College, Dhaka. That means Priti Lata Wadedar was a skilled, was a meritorious, brilliant student, where was the students of Dr. Khastogir Government Girls School in Chattogram as well as in Eden College, Dhaka. Dear students, she graduated in philosophy with distinction from Bethune College in Kolkata. Dear students, Here we get that Pritilata Wadedar took graduation in philosophy with distinction, with division from Bethune College in Kolkata. Later on, in her college days, Pritilata was an activist in the anti-British movement. That means we can understand that Pritilata was revolutionist in her college days. In her college days, Pritilata was an active worker in the movement of anti-British movement. She was an active worker. Is this clear, students? Okay, fine. Next, all through her life, that means throughout her life, she dreamed of two things. Throughout her life, she had only two dreams. What is that? Is in the next. A society without gender discrimination and her motherland free from British colonial rule. Pritilata Wadedar had two dreams. One is about a society. That means Pritilata wanted a society, a country, a region that will be free from gender discrimination. There will be no gender discrimination, and her motherland will be free from British colonial rule. Is this clear, students? Okay, fine. Let's go to the next. So she decided to fight against the British rule. So for these two dreams, she take decision that she must fight against the British rule. She must remove the British rule. Okay? Soon after, Pritilata became the head teacher of Nandakanan Aparnacharan School in Chattogram. Here we get an information that after being the head teacher of Nandakanan Aparnacharan School in Chattogram, what happens is in the next line. Gradually she involved herself in Surya Sen armed resistance movement. When Pritilata became the head teacher of Nandakanan Aparnacharan School in Chattogram, she included herself in the Surya Sen's armed resistance movement. Is this clear, students? Okay. Surya Sen was a famous anti-British movement organizer and revolutionary activist in Chattogram area at that time. Here, through this line, we get information about Surya Sen. Who was Surya Sen? Surya Sen was a famous organizer, anti-British movement organizer and revolutionary person in Chattogram area at that time. In 1932, Surya Sen planned an attack on the Pritilata Pahartuli European Club. In 1932, Surya Sen designed an attack. That means Surya Sen want to attack on the Pahartuli European Club. There was a club named Pahartuli European Club, and she wanted to attack that club. Is this clear? Okay, fine. The club was well known for its notorious sign at its entrance. The club was well known for a reason. What is that? The reason is that at the gate of the club there was a sign or written something on the gate. It was notorious sign. What is that? Let's learn. Dogs and Indians not allowed. On the gate of this club there was a written sentence. What is that? The sentence was dogs and Indians. Two things. Dogs. We know dogs. We know dogs. And Indians people are not allowed in this club. That means Indians and dogs were neglected through this line. Have you got it? Okay. Bajit has said he has understood. Thank you, Bajit, for cooperating me. Let's next. After that, Surjo Sen assigned Pritilota to lead a team of 10 to 12 men to attack the club. Surjo Sen assigned. That means Surjo Sen gave a work, a task to Pritilota. What? To lead a team of 10 to 12 men to attack the club. We have known about the club, European club, where dogs and Indians were forbidden. And that club, Surjo Sen wanted to attack that club. For that, she gave task to Pritilota to attack that club with 10 to 12 men. Is this clear, students? Okay, fine. The raid was successful, but Pritilota, dressed as men, failed to get out of the club. Here, the raid means the attack was successful, was complete. But here, the writer has used but for giving emphasis on the word but. Pritilota. Though the attack was complete, but Pritilota could not come out from the club. Pritilota was in men dressed. That means Pritilota wears the dress like a man. That is why she could not get out of the club. She committed suicide by taking potassium cyanide to avoid rest. This is the pathetic thing that Pritilota committed suicide. That means she killed herself. She killed herself by receiving potassium cyanide to avoid rest. This is the main important point, dear students. Why? To avoid the arrest, to save the arrest. Why? We have to understand this point clearly. Next, she proved that women can work like men. Through this attack, through this work, Pritilota has proved that women can also work like men. So we should not neglect them. We should respect women. They can also work like men. She also proved that women too needed to be prepared to sacrifice their life for freedom from the British colonial rule. She also has given evidence that women should prepare themselves to sacrifice for the country, for the betterment of the country, for the freedom of the country, to free her country from the British colonial rule. Is this clear, students? After that, her dream finally came true. Through this line, we can understand the dream of Pritilota became true. The British rule came to an end in 1947, though she could not see it during her lifetime. This is another pathetic thing, sorrowful things, that British rule came to an end. That means Pritilota could finish the rule of British, but here there is a matter of sorrow that she could not see it during her lifetime. That means when she was living, she could not see the freedom of her country. Is this clear, students? Dear students, we have come to the end of the text. Hope you have understood the text and perhaps you have got some difficult words. Now I will write the difficult words, probable difficult words on the board, and try to learn those difficult words. This is too much hot and I am sweating a lot. Okay, dear students, let's write the difficult words. Here, first of all, we get meritorious. 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 We have activist. Activist. And the fight. Fight. Involve. Involve. We have got another word. Involve. Well known. Well known. Assign. Assigned. Committed suicide. Commit suicide. Commit suicide. Freedom. Freedom. Dear students, we have written difficult words from the text and let's try to learn the meaning of these words. The first word is meritorious. Meritorious means brilliant. Brilliant. Meritorious means brilliant. Activist. Activist means worker. Worker. Fight. Fight means war. W-A-R. War or battle or combat. Combat. Involve. Involve. Entangle. N-T-A-N-G-L-E. Entangle. And well known. Well known means famous. Well known means famous. Famous. Assign. The next word is assign. Assign means giving task. Giving tasks. Giving task. What? To someone. Giving task to someone. Commit suicide. Commit suicide means killing herself. killing herself. That means killing oneself. And last not least, freedom. Freedom means liberty. Liberty. Dear students, I have chosen some difficult words from the text that may seem difficult when you will read, and I have tried to solve these words. And dear students, we are at the end of the lesson. Hope you have understood the lesson completely, and before ending the lesson, I would like to give you some question as a homework. I have written 5 questions as homework. Please write it on your exercise book. First, how many dreams had Pretilota? We have known about dream of Pretilota in the text. From that, how many dreams had Pretilota? Number 2, in which movement did she involve herself? Second question is, in which movement did she involve herself? Third, for what was the club well known? Was the club famous? Number 4, where did she fight? Where did she fight? Number 5, what have you learned from the text after reading? After reading, what have you learned? Dear students, hope you have written your homework. Now I would like to end the class. Before that, I will tell you that if you face any problem from this text, please let me know. I will try to solve your problems and continue your study. This is Nurul Islam giving you thanks for staying with me, and hope I will come back again with new lesson, new Marcel lesson. Allah Hafiz, stay well.